Aloy, there can be no doubt now.
It's really not.
I know the path ahead will be dangerous.
The Nora have suffered.
That will be for the goddess to decide. For the moment, and as I promised, anyone who I think for the time being, we should remain here in the...
That might be best. Tirsa. He never told me. Said.
Oh.
What crime did...
I will tell you if you wish.
Of course I want to hear it.
Rost never committed any crime.
What?
Many years ago, before the derangement, before the Red Raid, at Mother's Vigil they took hostages.
Mother's Vigil?
You would know it as the Forsaken Village. Near the... Ross was one of them. His mate was killed fighting the Outlanders, and his daughter...
His daughter?
Alana. She was...
Nora Braves couldn't stop 12 Outlanders? Or...
It was quite impossible. We outnumbered them, but every time a Brave came within bowshot, that was never discovered. We know they camped beyond Devil's Thirst for 2 days. There were... And then, as suddenly as they came...
What happened?
Rost was one of the Braves who tracked the out. There were 6 hostages still alive when they reached the... Rather than release them, the Outlanders slit their throats and left the corpses just across the border. Cruelty. They knew the faithful Nora would not leave the sacred land. They thought themselves safe from our vengeance.
Are you saying that...
No. Rost was beside himself with grief, but even so, he would never have broken.
Then what did he do?
He called upon the most terrible and he begged to be made a death.
A death?
One who dies to go seeking. And in seeking, the ritual drags the spirit from one's body. The heart beats, the mind thinks. Rost went after the Outlanders, but his spirit never left. He gathered the bodies of the slain, and then he set out in pursuit, not as an exile. Yes. He collapsed at the border of the sacred land. By law, he should have died where he lay, but one of the hunters broke taboo. And reaching across the border, she dragged him.
Who was she?
A Brave who'd lost a mate and 2 sons.
So, Rost...
To the contrary, he killed all 12. Tracked them to disparate Meridian, Ban-Ur. The Claim, the last he killed, nearly got the wounded. He stumbled and crawled back to us. He never expected nor asked to be dragged across the border and nursed back to health, leaving us, the matriarchs.
Why couldn't you just welcome him?
Rost had been made a Death Seeker, Aloy. By law, he should have been driven back out. But we...
You made him an outcast.
Yes. We offered to do so on the condition...
After all he did, all he suffered, to be declared an...
Rost was overjoyed. He never expected to live another day. He resolved to spend the rest of his days in solitude.
But then you found me.
Yes. Another compromise. And so we turned... I knew that he would take care of you. Bring you up. Teach you to...
You took a man who'd lost his daughter and made him raise an infant girl?
I'm inclined to think the course of events is... And I'm quite certain that from the moment he laid eyes on you...
All right. It's time for me to move on. And for telling me...
I wish I could have done more.
As am I.
Oh. Thank you, Aloy.
Okay.
She's seeing